Welcome back to Soundcheck, a collaborative learning channel that puts out this amazing learning space for me so that I can continue learning from you all. This is the Soundcheck hour or two, and we're going to talk broadly about audio in general. Earlier, you just listened to or watched the Rodecaster user meetup where we specifically talk about Rodecasters. If you want to participate, feel free to follow the link. Go to the website. The website will bring you this link. Call in with Zoom. If you click on that link, you will be brought to a registration page. Just put your name, email, and consent to join the show. You get the link to join the show via your email. So be sure the email is legit and valid. Now let's go meet with, there's a lot of blank spaces. Hello. Some people are not here anymore.
Aaron had to go.
Rob has to go.
Rob had to go.
Okay.
Rob. Sorry, Rob. I'm sorry.
He mentioned he about Ozzy Osbourne's passing, and he wanted to say that in the stream, I think.
I see. Yeah,
I was going to say that in the last one, but being a music guy.
So anyway, we have John Lowe joining us. Hello, John.
Yo, what's up?
And Philip is also here with us. Let me switch around. This is something that I would like to get Ecamm to fix so they can switch quicker. George is also here. Aaron also here. George is new to Soundcheck for the first time. And then we have Charles and Glenn coming here momentarily when they're back. Let me see if I can still do, where's my three? The layout number 3. I got to fix layout number 3. Luckily, we have 4 people.
For just a moment, I have to run the dog out. He's asked me to go out.
Okay.
So I will be back.
Okay. That's cool. All right. So now that, see, here's what happens. I'm going to use this opportunity to clip this for Ecamm, because I've been meaning to record this for a while. So this is Ken and Glenn. This is what I want to do. So you can see here in this recording that Philip just stepped out to walk his dog. I would like to have my preset camera A, B, C, Ds here, and I would like for me to be able to quickly swap that. This is what I have to do. I have to come in here and if I want to scoot everybody over, or if I just want to bring one person, let's say Glenn, I would have to click here, do Glenn here. Now Glenn would pop in here. I would love to be able to click here, drag it up into my camera placeholder B. That would update that link. That would be perfect. Ken and Glenn, I know you always solve cumbersome solutions that we come up with, so I have to black out John Lowe's face so that they would still listen to me, Ken and Glenn. Anyway, so that was I'm gonna clip that clip, post it to the beta group and request for that feature, because I've been wanting that feature for a while. Typing it up would be a lot harder to explain. I don't know if you guys saw that use case or not. Did you see what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, you have a hole, and it will not be an issue if it were not a layout that I already preset. Like, I set layouts for me here, you guys over on this side. If there are 4 guests, I'll do it for 4 people. Now I do it for there are 4 of you, but there's actually 6 of you, but there's 4 who's live, so I'm only bringing you 4, so I can swap out the different layouts. But unfortunately, when somebody, say in slot 2, have to step away, then I have to change by pull down, I have to change the names that way. I would rather just click and drag it, and that replaces it. I'm sure Ken and Glenn can make that happen. Anyway, I might be the only one using it, so who knows when that feature is going to come. You vote for it?
I vote for it.
As a former Ecamm user, I would vote for it.
Oh, Charles is back. Okay, so let me do 5 up. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so you vote for it too? If I put it up there and you say, yes, me too. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. I have news for y'all. Last week, I found out that Glenn got a replacement Elgato Prompter. I learned that who else also got one? Rob got one, and because of the sale. Hi, Patricia in Clubhouse. So as I was browsing, I was walking yesterday, and I look at my news feed, and guess what I saw? So far, like an all-in-one teleprompter solution that Elgato started last year. Pretty much, they were the only one in the game essentially offering that solution. Like, you plug it in, it's your display, it's also your teleprompter. And guess who's coming out with that now? We have Neewer coming out with their solution.
Saw that.
Yeah,
I saw the
interesting. Look at the
price.
price.
Oh my God.
Introductory price, and I believe it's 169
Whoa.
or 200 something. Like, it's about the same price. If it's not discounted, because let me go to Amazon and look for Elgato Prompter. Elgato
291.
291. 291. Oh wow, it's a lot more expensive.
Yeah. That's to make that make you feel good about
there you
that.
go.
Was it 190?
Oh, what during the
180?
sale?
Yeah.
Yeah, John, that's why it was so good when we had Prime Day. I just, mine was just destroyed during the move.
Yeah.
And so I was able to get the new one on Prime Day.
Yeah, so you got that, and yes, it's Neewer essentially just stole that idea, but
But does the software work?
Yeah, I read a little bit about the description. I didn't see how. I think they use HDMI. So what I like about and dislike, like for me, is because I don't use I guess I don't have enough monitor slots. I already have a lot of monitors. So in order to use my Elgato Prompter, I'm so glad they use Display Link. So I don't need to use another display slot for, oh my gosh, I just saw my OCD. I just saw that it's like a faint line on this 6 people layout underneath. I can see the background. I can see through the background. I have to go fix that one of these days. Or you guys talk, I'll fix it.
So, John, did you say that Neewer?
Neewer. I
Neewer
just call it Neewer. Yeah.
came out with a newer, yeah.
Yeah.
They came with their own version of the Elgato.
Yeah, a
Is it
newer version of the prompter. Yes. This
but
one.
it's hardware.
Yeah. See? It's exact same thing. But I think it uses HDMI, if I'm not mistaken. So you would plug into your computer's HDMI.
$149.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very affordable.
Hey, John, I heard that, Luria said that Elgato is supposed to be coming out with a larger
Bigger one.
model.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't work for me. Because this size is perfect, because mine is just like a little bit more than arm's length away from me. This is the perfect size for what I see. Well, I guess it could be a little bit larger. The thing is, but I would still set my margin to be the size of my lens. Otherwise, my eye would start to travel when I actually use it as a prompter.
So I'm cheap. I just bought a prawn store. Prawn, yeah. It's like it's porn, but prawn store. That's what the brand is. Off of AliExpress. It's the first thing I bought from China since the tariffs. So I'm kind of it came from a local warehouse, but I'm kind of waiting to see if I'm going to lose my $32 that I spent on it, which is about half.
What is
of
it?
What
Teleprompter?
It's a prompter. Yeah, it's been out
With
for
a display
little
or
while.
no? Or just a prompter? You
No,
have to provide
no.
your own display.
No,
Yeah.
so it doesn't have any of the benefits of and
Yeah.
I really admit, John, that the Elgato is a superior product, right? But even $189, I just don't have. I don't
Yeah.
have that right.
Would you pay $149 for it? Like $150 for it, like the newer
no, I
price?
really don't. I mean, I really don't have the the free capital. But at some point in the future, I mean, because if it's new at Neewer, That means it'll be on sale at some point.
Well, actually,
it
if
is
you
on
look at the
sale.
price, that is the introductory sale price is going to go up to $219. Supposedly, I don't know how true that is. So the price is right now at $149, discounted from $220, and still
Well.
compared to Elgato's Prompter, it's still cheaper. I don't know how. Essentially, it's a copy. It's essentially a copy of what we have here.
But it would be interesting to see if they actually fix things that other people complained about. Like one of the problems I had, which I never used one, but people complained about it not seeming sturdy enough to hold the camera. You know what I mean? Because you have to mount it to the lens of your camera, and for me
hook
that
it,
was a
yeah.
deal breaker. I don't want to
Not
mount
on
my
AliExpress.
Well, you
my
don't have
lens.
to. You don't have to.
I actually do. Well, I have it hooked on, but I actually have
support.
I have support underneath, because there are 2 1/4-20 holes on the bottom on the camera side as well as the display side. I actually have. It's very interesting. I didn't like the bounce if I only have one point connected. So if I tap on my desk, my prompter and camera would move. So right now I have a mount for my camera, and then I have a mount on the. So I have a mount to the camera, and then I have another mount to the display. So essentially it's like 2 posts supporting it. So it's even when I tap on my desk, it doesn't bounce like that anymore. So
Hey, Aaron, let me allay your fears and build a little confidence. I had the same. Anybody would have the same concern. It's like, how in the world can you put a prompter and hang it off of your camera? You have to be insane to do that. And I had the same thoughts, but I have a ZVE10 and it hangs right over it, and it is so light. It doesn't affect it at all. So don't be afraid of that. That's really not a concern. I know that Tom Bug had a video, and he made the same. He had the same point, that he was afraid of the same thing, but he found it to be just what I've said. It's very light, and so please don't deprive yourself of all the benefits for that one thing. Okay, Aaron?
Okay.
So Rob is saying that it's using USB-A, says on the stats. So let me look at
on the newer
No, it's Type C USB.
Type
Yeah.
C USB 3. So
Okay.
to use it with a computer, you have to connect to HDMI and USB-C. From what
So
it says.
you
It looks
Both?
like there's 2 cables going into in that one picture.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the Elgato. You
One
say you
cable.
were doing DisplayPort. Don't you need a Type C cable as well?
Elgato.
Elgato is one cable, right?
Oh, not DisplayPort. Did I
Type-C.
say DisplayPort? Display Link
Yeah,
is what I
you said-
meant. Display
Yeah,
Link.
Isn't that the Display Link like the HDMI? But it's a
No,
bit
Display
funky.
Link is
No.
a software. It utilizes
Ah, okay,
USB
okay.
to connect, but then it's a software.
Software that
It's a
manipulates.
virtual display adapter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
What is it?
okay.
We just mentioned that.
Yeah.
Was something else that we would talk about?
Hubs. We were
Oh,
talking about
yes, hubs
Yeah.
that has Display Link.
Yeah. Well, and
Not
see,
Display
like,
Link. Is it called Display Link? Display.
Some of this,
Link. I can't
you
remember.
know, like I'm half tempted to. I've been looking at the Elgato teleprompter, and of course now I'm looking at this newer X11. And I run into 2 consistent questions. Well, 2 with this one with the Elgato, is that I'm running the Insta360. So how the heck would that work with it? And then because it's a gimbal. Granted, I don't really move the gimbal, but how do you get a gimbaled camera inside to where there's no shadowing or framing going on? So I'm like, okay, I might have to swap out cameras. And with the newer, Mac can be very picky on how you connect displays. So like right now I have 2 daisy chained. I have everything running through one Thunderbolt port. So it's just running off of one controller. I do have an open HDMI on the other side of my MacBook Pro that I could technically use. I just don't know how it would. Do I want to spend $150 to see how it would react by plugging that in? And
So-
then I
Well,
would
you
have to
just
take up
watch
my
YouTube.
other Thunderbolt.
Wait for the
for the
influencers to
review.
buy and reviews.
Yeah.
But
And
even
then you
those,
buy all-
I mean, so yes and no, because the odds of one of them having a similar setup is slim to none. So they're having the same MacBook, having the same peripherals set up. Like I have built-in hubs in my monitors, so I stopped using my Evanki and went to built-in hubs because it allowed me to daisy chain easier, so I could just run off of one cable instead of having to plug into a hub and then run everything into the hub. Now it just runs into the monitors.
Charles, bite the bullet on our behalf. You don't need to purchase it.
Yeah, right.
But
How long
but
it
you
took
could-
John
you
to
could-
get me off the
I'd
OG.
like to
Are you
announce a
kidding me?
Go
You could
Fund me
write to
to help me
Neewer,
get
write
one.
to Neewer, and ask them to send you a review unit based on this particular setup that we have. This sound
Yeah.
check room. Oh, you say you are one of the hosts of the sound check room. We would love to test your product live, that kind of thing, and then you get a review unit, and let's do it live.
Well, Amazon has a pretty lean return
Return
policy.
policy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but the other
Who's
thing
got
is
the
the
biggest
camera
subscriber
issue.
count. I know it's not me. I got like 50, but so that
who
that
who
that
has more
cross-
influence?
Yeah, that's honestly it. Who has the biggest subscriber?
George, maybe?
Not me.
You'll be surprised,
John?
because okay, you see,
I have
you see how-
150
John, you're all over
59
YouTube. Come on now.
guys.
Don't cut yourself
look,
short.
The price for this particular product is $149. They're selling it for $149. Whatever value that we put on the camera right here, with even like 10 people watching, is above the value of that product. Come on, it has to be.
Right. So no, Charles, I'm curious too. I mean, I can answer the question for the the Insta360.
Camera.
For your camera for Elgato.
Okay.
The back, the field of view. Was it the light? What's it called? The camera angle. What's it called? Lens.
Field of view.
Field of view. Yeah.
wide,
So
yeah.
the how wide it is, I can't.
Field of view.
I can't tell. I reset it the first time and then I could download myself. So the field of view, I'm not sure. You're gonna have to test it, obviously, unless somebody has the same camera. PTZ camera, as long as you don't do the P and the T, you're fine. And because you can pen tilt, so we don't do the pen and tilt. Zoom is fine. So if you have it mounted on the back. Oh, I don't know where my shroud is. So there's like a shroud where your camera can just be sitting
It's a drape.
on. Yeah.
Like the old style camera.
Yeah,
that had the
exactly.
black-
So you can mount it anywhere you want and just have the camera lens poke through the hole and then
Yeah, and I've thought
just
about
drape
that.
it. So I used it with my old camera. I used it with the new camera, which is my Sony. By the way, in fact, we'll probably ask this room for George about cameras because he's thinking about getting a camera too. And so, but before I got my Sony ZV-E10, I used what did I use? A Panasonic Lumix. I forgot what model it is now. G5 or whatever it is. I forgot. It's still in my drawer, but it really doesn't matter because you can use it. For my old camera, I just use the little drape to cover it, and for my new camera, I hook it onto the lens itself. It's pretty
Well, I've got a
versatile.
Canon. I mean, I've got a nice, I've got a nice mirrorless camera. I
Mhm.
just stopped using it because it was
so
just,
good.
Why?
I'm so
It
glad
was
I
what?
get to fix
Why?
you guys.
Explain.
I'm so glad I get to fix the little hairline that I'm seeing right now.
Oh, well, so keep talking, John.
Yeah, see?
I was like, I didn't know what he was like.
what were you saying about the...
So I just didn't see. So for what I use it for, even if I go on a live stream, honestly, this Insta360 for, it's like, okay, do I want to mess with the mirrorless for the slight edge? I'm not, my depth of field, I can do that all day long in Ecamm. I don't need a camera to do that. So
Anybody need a camera?
it's just the benefits didn't outweigh the time spent. Where the Insta360, I just plugged it in and it delivered a very high quality.
Okay, I want to respond to that after John goes with his question from Rob.
So I think, yeah, no, we'll come back to that. You go ahead and respond. It was too small on the site, so I have to read it bigger.
Okay. Okay. No, the reason I switched to the mirrorless cameras is because I wanted to switch cameras, and I picked up what do you call those? The ATEM, an ATEM Mini, and it wouldn't work with a webcam. So that was I had no choice in the matter. But one of the things that I did, because I love the plug and play of a webcam, that's the reason I have a manual fixed focus, a manual lens, because the other one, the kit lens, whenever I would turn it on, I'd have to adjust the zoom to get it to where I want it. Now I have fixed focus length, prime lens, so it doesn't change. And then the manual focus, sometimes when I want to focus, it's not going to do anything because it's a manual focus, but it never changes. And that's what Elgato did with the face cams, is they were fixed focus, and that's where I got used to that, and I kind of liked it. So.
Yeah, I never had a problem with the focus on my Canon. I started off with a kit lens, and then I went to a 16 millimeter.
16 to 35.
No, it was just
prime?
it was a prime lens, because I needed a wider view, because I'm too close to my camera, so I needed a wider view, and of course I don't even have to mess with that with this Insta360. So I've got $2,000 sitting in a drawer doing absolutely nothing.
So are you currently using the Insta360 right now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Because I actually have that one too. I mean, I'm actually using the OBS Spot 4K Meet. And to me, on my computer, I look blurry. On YouTube, on my phone, I look crystal clear. You look clear on my computer screen. I'm on a Mac Mini right now. I look blurry on my Zoom right now, which is weird.
Oh, wait.
It's
Charles, what model Insta360 are you using?
X5.
The Insta360 is the newest one.
X5. That's the newest one.
Charles, your microphone is crystal clear sharp. Maybe it's just the focal point, which is why you're a little blurry. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But the mic looks like the edge detail is really sharp.
But the poster is sharper than your face.
But that's why I say I'm using the 4K Meet. There's no, it's a webcam, so I can't.
Fixed. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, look at the microphone behind you. That is, perfectly sharp.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's a Shure Nexidine 8.
Is there any dust on it or something? Like maybe it could be focusing on a piece of dust somewhere. It's strange.
It is strange, so that's why I was asking John today about camera clearness.
And George, if you're looking at the Zoom right now that John Ong is broadcasting, you'll certainly see yourself blurred. I'm looking at myself, is a little bit washed out from whatever I'm watching on YouTube and also on
right, but what I was saying is Charles on the Zoom looks crystal clear to me on the Zoom.
Okay.
Now it's sharp. Charles, look at Charles, how sharp his text is. Sorry.
So there's two views, right? The one that's like active speaker right now, whatever John Ong is broadcasting, that will be less sharp than say the individual thumbnails
the actual feed
ourselves. Right, so you see yourself that one will be clearer than whatever John Ong is broadcasting.
But if we're comparing apples to apples,
I would encourage you to
is it the lighting?
It could be my lighting. I mean, this room is not lit for video.
It must be because it's kind of grainy too.
But here's the thing. So
make it focus.
I would encourage you to go on your phone. Just grab your phone, turn the volume all the way down, pull up YouTube, and look at this live feed.
I'm
can-
right here on my phone right now. It's crystal clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
mean,
can't judge
it's-
it off of what's in Zoom because
Right,
like I
right.
look crazy pixelated in Zoom.
But I can tell like from my feed, right? If I put George and
See, I can
Charles
brighten my
side by
lights in here.
side, so I feel like you're because the red shoes that posted the neon is crisp, or at least it's brighter, and I wonder if it's because you're on low light. It's like overcompensating and trying to brighten it.
It could, more than likely that is the issue. But if you could see what I'm seeing, I got Charles right next to me. He's crystal clear on
Yeah.
the Zoom compared to me.
Yeah, but he's
The
got a
catalog
bunch of
just
lights
comes
too.
out.
So maybe try lights first and see
Yeah.
if that solve it.
Can
I've-
you
I've
force it to
got-
focus? Can
I've
you
got-
I
put your
can't
hand up
force.
You can.
it and see if you can get it to adjust? Because maybe the zoom is stuck. You see, it's not focused. It's not refocusing.
But is that because it's the OBS Meet 4K? I mean, that's what I'm using.
But does
I
it
have no
does
way
it
of
focus?
focusing it.
But it should be autofocus. Check your. Does it have
It
software?
is. It's set to autofocus, I think. Let me
Double check.
'Cause I got
Sometimes
my-
they reset.
Okay, so you're using the Insta360 software.
No. I mean, I'm not using any of the Insta360. I have that camera. I use it
But
for video.
But this is this the camera right now we're looking at or no?
No, this is the
Oh.
OBS 4K.
Oh, this is the ops bot.
Yes.
So OBS
Oh.
bot. So not
So I
so,
have
so we're
have
not comparing
HDR
apples to
instead of-
apples. Because I thought
Right,
you
but-
were because
but that-
Charles,
but
you're
that was-
using Insta360 something.
right,
Correct.
but that
Yeah.
was my question.
your model?
Is because he looks crystal clear here in the Zoom.
Okay, so I am.
Is that something that I sent George? I don't know. It's like I forgot what did I tell you, George? The email that I...
Let's swing this conversation back around to me. How do I look?
Okay, wait. Let's see. You look
You look like a million dreams.
you
Dude.
not. I mean, it looks good. Lighting is good. The
Mhm.
pictures. Let me see if you're actually coming in at 1080. or not.
1080p is all it is. So
Phil, it's not.
It looks clear
super
for me on the
sharp.
Zoom.
It is coming in at 1080. It's let's see. I think whose picture is sharp? Let me see if we can get.
yeah, Aaron
um,
looks sharp.
Yeah.
Again,
And-
you judge on the Zoom feed. On my monitor, on my monitor, I'm too sharp, which is interesting.
I see
So
it sharp on YouTube, not on
John,
Zoom.
can you put me back on there for a second? Because I turned the autofocus off,
it's
and I'm
blurry.
messing with
Totally.
and I'm messing with the manual.
So when did you go into the witness protection program?
Nice. All right. It's focusing. That's good.
But that's as
It's
sharp
still
as I can
it's still
get
like
it.
your poster is clearer than your
playing.
face.
Yes.
Right.
Keep playing with it.
Well, I mean, it's at the very. I can't go any further, and then this is the other way. As you can see, I'll get blurry.
Can
And
you
this is
adjust
remind
your
us again
hand
your
or-
model. This is
Is
OpsBot
the,
something.
The,
The
mic.
4K. It's the Meet 4K. They
Are you
have a new one
4K?
out now. That's it's called not the tiny, but the
Meet 2.
light. They
Meet
have the
2
Meet
4K.
Light now, but I think
Okay.
it's only 1080p.
You're doing 4K right now, right?
Supposedly, yeah, it's set to 4K and
Just out of curiosity, drop it down to 1080p
okay.
because
Good idea.
YouTube and Zoom compression, it's all
Gotcha.
horrible.
But it's I would also play with lighting and see are you getting about the same light as your wall, the posters on the wall?
The walls got more
Up
light.
above here, I have a LED colored light bar.
On your face, do you feel like you get the same amount of light compared to your wall, or does your wall
I
have more
think the
light?
wall is a spillover from the front light. It's
from
not
his key?
It's not like his key light is spilling over to the wall, and that makes the.
Can
wall
you turn
bounce
off your key?
back.
Can you turn off your main light?
And then I'll go dark.
There's still light
see.
on the
Yeah, the
poster.
front.
See,
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got little
Oh,
bar lights on each corner in the room up on the ceiling.
Who said, oh?
yeah, it could be the light. Maybe you need
So if
more
I-
light
Yeah.
because it's grainy.
Yeah.
And
you
if
need
it's
more light
grainy,
on yourself.
the ISO goes too far. If you can get more light on yourself, I think that might help, because
Okay.
it might have a problem with low light.
It looks like
Well,
it because
also-
it's grainy too. It's not
Yes,
just soft,
exactly.
it's grainy.
Yeah.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
No, I have not.
Sorry.
I
that's a
mean, I
joke.
can turn the.
Do you have a
But
lamp?
I think-
just a house lamp that you can add more light. That
That's
might help.
perfect.
Wow, you're sharp.
Because everything is grainy.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's a
grainy.
sign of a high ISO.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
see,
you crank the
this is
light.
the bright. So I brighten the light up here, and I still look blurry.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
you
yeah.
still
The
do not
focus
have
is still at
enough,
the
right?
back.
I don't know. I don't think you have enough light on you.
So I will tell you.
I mean, that's quite possible.
I have two soft boxes. So I have a soft box right there and a soft box right here. They're on their lowest setting. But it's just to, of course, I'm running a green screen. So I have to make sure my light is balanced on the back wall. Otherwise it won't
Right.
look right.
Yeah, your green screen light looks great, man. You have no green edge or anything. It's sweet.
I
Ecamm.
do.
When a
back
cat
here
walks
with
by, you can tell.
The printer.
Yeah.
The printer.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the-
in your
the-
body,
the-
on your
oh.
body. You're
Yeah, no.
not kidding. I'm not seeing any green spill at all.
Ecamm
does
does a pretty
great
good job. Yeah.
At green screen. But then I also have a backlight
Yeah.
over there. And that's to try to fill the gap of
Do you have a halo light
er,
on the back of your head by any chance?
No.
You talking to me?
No.
I don't.
No.
Karab asked, what camera are you using?
And I put the link George, I put the link of the product that I use the Insta360 Link 2 is what I use.
Okay.
So
I
I
that's-
mean, I may
that's one
play.
use.
I'll play. I mean, I have it, so.
Yeah, I've got the one on the left.
I think I already
So-
told everybody I'm using a 13-year-old mirrorless Sony
It looks good.
camcorder.
It's not super sharp, but the image looks good.
Yeah, it's just 1080p. I mean,
Rob asked what camera I have. In fact, that's a good point to bring up, because if you are, I have a ZV-E10. I have the original one, the Mark 1, not the Mark 2. I also have the lens that I use listed on the description of this show. If you're curious what I do, what I use, you can also go to the website. If you go to learner2learner.com and then go to the resources link up here, I have all the equipment and some more commonly asked hardware or software that was brought up during the show. I also tried to put it there. So all my gears are listed, including an Ecamm discount. Use my link, my affiliate link here. And yeah, these are my camera. I have a Sony ZV-E10. I have the Viltrox autofocus 23mm f1.4, which I absolutely love, and it's not expensive. Let me see. I forgot how much I paid for it.
$239
Yeah.
when I looked it up today.
Yeah, which is very affordable for a pretty decent autofocus lens. Like if you want something like not all the autofocus lenses, especially third party, non-Sony ones, are dependable. Sometimes it could be either slow, or it could do, what do they call it, like the little pulsing, I forgot, there's a term that they use for it, breathing, like
Yes, that's it. Breathing.
focus breathing that can be annoying. So, but anyway, we've got lots of information in the chat. I love the activity in the chat. Rob is bringing a lot of engagement. He was doing a bunch of research for us on the Neewer prompter, and he's telling us that the HDMI is a pass-through.
Mhm.
And then it uses USB. So they say USB-C on the USB-C to A, meaning USB, maybe the cable that they give you is USB-C on the teleprompter itself, and then USB Type A on the other end, that the cable that comes with. Even though it could be using USB 3.0, it's still a Type A on the other end, but you can obviously use an adapter for it. But I'm still curious if it uses display link. I mean, it's got to be, right?
I couldn't see
I
that
I don't
anywhere.
see that information on the website. So we're gonna have to wait to see how is it connecting to it. Okay, all right.
They're not actually saying when this thing is going to ship.
I am not seeing a shipping date anywhere. You can
Yeah, and
pre-order now.
I'm
Oh, wait,
curious.
July 31st. It did say that on the website. Shipping, July 31st.
Really?
Estimated shipping. So in a few days, or in a week plus, exactly a week.
Charles, email. Could I just add a little bit on the camera side of things? I've got a question for you guys. Those who are using like the mirrorless cameras and all, how are you connected to say your computer to the camera? Do you use a HDMI converter or do you use USB straight away?
When you take her,
I use an A10 Mini.
Yeah, I was
The
using the
A10
A10 Mini. Now I use the Rodecaster Video.
I use
Right.
the Elgato 4K.
Me
Yeah, the
too.
Elgato 4K. Yeah.
Yep.
So a lot of modern cameras, post COVID days, they do have a firmware update, or the newer ones comes together with it that you can connect directly with USB Type C, and you get like, usually I think up to now in 1080p. I don't know if any of them actually do 4K. So that's one thing to take care of in terms of like whether you need a 4K output from a camera. Like Charles, you're using the Elgato 4K one. If your camera outputs 4K from HDMI, you get 4K feed straight
Right.
away, which is great, right? So these are some of the things that we possibly want to think about when you say you want to get a camera. 4K maybe is still not a conversation to have right now, but essentially having a mirrorless camera like what John Ong is using, what a lot of you guys are using, you get a very distinct background separation in terms of like the bokayness of things, right? Over the weekend, I just swapped out my camera. I was using the Samsung NX500, which is a mirrorless camera, to a Pocket 3 that I'm using right now. Okay, so what surprises me is that when I switch to this particular camera, the only way I can connect it is through the Type C as a webcam. They output 4K straight away, which is great. Meaning that if I choose to want to broadcast, say, a live session to YouTube in 4K, I could right now because of this particular camera, right? So the thing that I don't really like about it is that it doesn't look as cinematic, or rather the bokayness of things, how blurred back at the back. It used to be you can't really see my towel so much. Now you can still not see my towel much, but you can tell it's towel now. Yeah, so
this is your Osmo
yeah, the Pocket
Pocket
3.
3, which
Because
is what
my-
Nee uses also, and I always love Nee's picture.
Yeah,
Oh,
I see
look at-
Josh straight away blur up the background with software and all. It's different. It's different. It's different from whatever the mirrorless people are able to do.
But George has a point that he because of what he does, the posters is sort of part of it. So maybe I think we
It's
had
my
that conversation. It may not be as crucial as
Yeah,
it is
but
for
the thing is that it looks natural on a mirrorless camera. You know, you're in focus. The depth of field that makes the
I think he does not need
poster
he
lesser
does not
sharp.
need shallow depth of field. I think he needed the
You don't have to be very shallow, but it just look much more natural than, say, I don't know, whatever software can do.
I would break out your other one, your Insta360.
Yeah, that's what I'm
camera
gonna
first.
do. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play
Yeah.
around with that.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, John, you're talking about the lens that you use, and honestly, I can tell you that a fast lens can do more for a picture than resolution can do.
Mhm.
I mean, that's one of the things I think that's a problem with my picture. I'm using the kit lens. You know, I think it's a 3.6 or 3.8. It's really
Right.
terrible. And I don't actually have a fast lens that has the appropriate focal length in my kit. So that's one of the things I want to do. That's why my desk is full of lenses, because I'm getting ready to sell. I don't do much photography anymore, so I'm getting ready to sell a whole bunch of my lenses and stuff like that, in an effort to just get a better lens for my cameras. A couple of fast, maybe a 1.6, f1.6. Because the defocus background it's okay, but it's not anything to scream about. It's
And
it's
it
better than
depends.
using my phone.
It's totally, it's a number one, it's personal. It's a personal preference, and also the goal. I like it because my background is just a backdrop. It's insignificant. Like the stuff there is just some noise, right? And I want to have that fall off as much as possible. So, and then I pop out more, like the subject, and my microphone, hence I'm using a black microphone. Like this pop out more separated from the background, compared to when everything's in focus, and then it's so busy in the back and it's competing with with me.
I was wondering why somebody didn't make a backdrop that was, a whole series of backdrops that were all just defocused, right? It was like, here's the study, but it's defocused. Here's and put the backdrop up, and then
But it's they should. I think they do, but it's kind of like a
Yeah,
bokeh, like a light effect. So not like a living room, but they should. But for Ecam's pretty good. Ecamm, you can change. George, Charles, do you want to show us your Ecamm setup with a little bit of a blur and non-blur?
Yeah. So this is at 30% blurred. And then this is no blur.
So not as real anymore.
Fake as all get out. But this is 40
hint of blur.
Charles, show us the green screen.
50. Now we're at 75.
And now
I found my personal is about 30, 35 is about where I like it. It's enough to see like the outlines, but keep it as a background.
Charles, I forgot one time I was gonna demo blurring stuff. You have to have a separate overlay as a blur, right? I forgot how to do blur. You can't blur just the image. You have to drop a shape of overlay to blur.
Nope.
Can you just blur the image? I was trying to blur the image and I couldn't figure out how to do it.
So if we look here,
see, I did install that 4.
I got to do my software update.
I did that, and then it messed up my setup a little bit.
And then I got to do my Mac update. Okay, because I'm a wild man. I run beta on everything. So, so here on my camera.
Oh, whoops.
On my camera, I've got. I'll move it down. Okay, so on my camera, I've got my green screen selected here, and then I put in my backdrop here.
Yeah, okay.
And so then I can put my blurred background. I can mask edges, which I can't tell the difference whether I do or not. And then, of course, I can turn it off, and there's, my green screen. But you have your digital zoom and pan. What's nice is with the Insta360, you can actually control the Insta360 from Ecamm.
The control the P and the T and the Z.
Yep. And of course, you can put it in all your camera options. I'm running max resolution of 4K, which I always run the Insta360 software to make sure that it is at 4K 30. Because I had an issue in previous versions, it would always revert back to 720 every time you restarted it. So yeah, I've got my little quick views here. So if I'm standing up, I just click that because I don't need a different scene. Really, I don't do it. And then I've got my little Tom Buck LUT. Yeah, so that's
there
it.
You go. You saw the green.
Do you need another 2 more lights set up, Charles?
What's
on
that?
your shoulder. Grid it up You need a purple light on your left shoulder
Oh.
and the blue light on the
Yeah,
right
no.
shoulder.
Motivated lights.
And then
Yeah.
No.
then it looks real, like really, really real. Now you're 90% real.
So yeah, there we
A
go.
little
And
blue
then,
tint on your hat.
here's my green screen. There you go. There it is. In all
Here's
its
for
glory.
Phil.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I feel better now.
Yeah. Well, and so I'll tell you how I did my green screen is I went on Amazon and I found the cheapest green screen fabric that I could. And all I did was I took a staple gun because I'm in the corner of the office. I took a staple gun and I tacked it all the way around the top in the molding, or right at the edge of the molding in the corner. And then I just pulled it taut to the baseboard and so that way it was taut all the way around. I didn't have to worry about wrinkles. So I just did a corner. So there's actually a corner right there, but you can't see it in the green screen.
Mm. I love how we go from we have a camera which we talk about that we're going to talk about our camera setup for a while, using sound check to talk
Crazy
about camera.
how fast the technology has advanced. I mean, I'm thinking back to when I built my first studio for my team at Sony. We really went insanely professional, and now it's like you don't even have to worry. I mean, we had to get specific green cloth that was a specific color green. Otherwise, we couldn't get a good green. We couldn't get a good key. And now
The
you can just
chroma green. Now they make a digital green too. That is better for digital camera sensor compared to film. Previously, a lot of the chroma key fabric was made for film, and now there's like digital one that's a little bit brighter.
I think Hollywood went
back
to
here.
blue.
I've got a. It's actually a special material. This is going way back. That it was a lens that attached to your camera that put out infrared light, and then it reflected off of this sort of grayish specific material, and it made an amazing key, just amazing, but really finicky.
John, will you say something?
No, I'm saying I think I read some articles that the modern days Hollywood, they're using blue rather than green nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, depend on the subject too. Well, now they just use screen, like a big actual screen. They just project
the studio thing.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, I thought about getting blue, but I wear entirely too much blue to use a blue key. So I had to stick with green. And green's easier to find. If you're just looking online to find green, it's definitely
green also
more
is
readily
easier to
available.
light.
Yeah,
it's easy.
It's not dark inherently.
Yeah, blue is darker, and so it's. I like green.
But I will say, if you ever turn off your green screen, it's probably okay. Like you could go with the blue, you could go without your green screen and be okay. Where if you're running a true green, if it's not working, it doesn't look good. There's nothing you can do to make that green background look good. So
is that the question? Is the Sony that you have newer than the Sony A6300? Is this question for?
Yes, I think for John maybe.
It's for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it newer than the?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The 10, yeah. EV10.
Yep, it is.
Or is he talking about the other John? Oh, sorry.
No.
EV10.
But HDMI is for second. Oh, okay. So he's talking about the prompter again. Wait, December? I don't know. Okay, shipping now. I'm looking at. Oh, okay. So Wayne is using an A10 Mini Pro for the video input. In fact, I just now saw. I don't know if you guys saw this. Daniel from Ecamm. I mean, he doesn't work for Ecamm, but is from the Ecamm community. He recently did a video on how to get his 4K input in through, what is it? NDI. And it's faster. Well, the demo that he was showing, he was trying to prove a point that even though it's going through Ethernet cable, it is actually quite fast. In fact, it was faster than his USB camera connection when he put it side by side. Yeah, so essentially you're connecting your HDMI into this box, and then this box connected to your network via Ethernet. And then if your Ecamm computer is connected via Ethernet to your network, you get a very good, fast, reliable picture from it. That's a new solution.
I guess that would take off some of the processing power.
Yeah, from your computer. Not
I mean, the
using
one thing,
USB
so
bus.
I did try with my Canon, which I do still have the Canon EOS RP, is what I bought. And I ran the RF 16 millimeter f2.8 lens. But when they came out with the USB option through their software, I tried it. And oh my gosh, was it, one, it was a resource hog. And two, it was very glitchy. And that's when I was like, because I was like, well, if I can open up a port, or just have it direct, there goes my cat. He just likes to say hi every now and then across by the screen. But yeah, I found that the simplest setup for me was the Elgato Cam Link, 4K Cam Link. It's just plug and play. I didn't have to worry about
that
anything.
for a while. This is my second one, and I know sometimes people. I think when you have one camera, it's probably all right. It's when you have multiple, you got to make
If
sure
you have
that
multiple,
yeah, you got to make sure that it is plugged into. It's not shared with it
Right.
from the same port. It got to be
Yes.
separate port. Maestro did mention, I'm not sure if he's referring to that. I did see that on this solution itself. If you want, this will go up to 4K 30 FPS. It won't do 60. So if you want that, you might have to go back to oh, it's so cute.
He's like, why the hell are you holding me?
She's like, oh, licking your microphone. Biting it.
Yeah, he's biting it.
Okay, so that conversation starting from teleprompter has brought us into this world of camera, which is good, which is what Charles was gonna find out. Not Charles, George was gonna talk about when we email each other. So that's good. Now he's messing with the lightning. So next week we would like to see if you join us next week, George.
Yeah, I'll try
we'll
the 360 and see what it does.
try and see if you get this image quality. But even pushing more light, if you're able to push more light into yourself, would probably
Which I can do that. I got
helpful.
two newer light panels I can play with too. So.
yeah.
George,
Well,
what color is that WS14 mic cover?
Red.
Okay.
Does it look red?
It looks orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
That could be because I actually have yellow light
Yeah.
versus
Yeah,
I tried to soften the light. So if I
What newer light did you have? You said
it's the it was like a $300
Wow.
2-panel kit.
is it like flat, like a
yeah,
LED?
flat panel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing that when you switch to the Insta360, here's one thing I will. This is one thing that I'm actually impressed that they have all this in the software. Is that if you go into effects, you can set your exposure to auto or manual. So you have that capability of doing auto or manual. You can manually set your ISO, your shutter speed, your exposure curve. You can set your autofocus, your white balance. You can even go into your brightness. There's a lot that you can set manually inside of the Insta360 software. For webcam control, I thought it was a lot. So you may play around with that as well. Once you set it up, if you don't like it straight out of the box, full auto, flip it over to some manual control and kind of play around with it.
Absolutely.
It's so 100%, well, 90% looks to me like that's low light grain. I just think the camera can't handle the low light.
Right. And,
And
it's
picking
you're,
up
you're probably absolutely correct.
Speaking, your face is probably like mostly your monitor, probably. Like your the lighting is coming from your monitor. So I should switch to something white, like really bright, so then your face will be brighter. As opposed to this, now darker face. There we go. See, I can see it. I can see it. When you go to Glenn, I can see you light up. See? Darker. I mean, people can't see it.
Right.
You know, the demo.
Has anybody tried those wireless lav mics? Just
Wireless lav?
Yeah, like the Lark M2 or now the Lark A1.
Oh, it's just like the not necessarily lav, but like just like a portable one, that clip-on kind.
Yeah, like wireless 2.4 gigahertz lav.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of reviews, and they sound really good in the reviews, but a lot of reviewers, they do post-processing.
Yeah. I mean, who has one and who wants to share yours? Oh yeah, did you get to try it? You picked it up. Did you find the building that you need to go to?
Yeah, I found it. I have not to try it. Yeah, I was going to try it tonight, but I didn't get it hooked up in time. But I'll be happy to do it next week.
Okay. Yeah.
Which one?
I'm still waiting on my free receiver to show up.
Oh, okay. So you did your. So apparently the Rode. Is it called Rode Micro? Rode Wireless Micro. They came out with a camera receiver, and then you can go into your registration, submit it, that you have purchased it, and then they'll send you a free camera receiver. Hollyland. So Philip, like I'm curious, like if you were to use one, what in what scenario, like for your YouTube, or for like what kind of scenario would you think you might be using that kind of microphone?
I think for live, because and look, it's all subjective and it's all personal preference. I hate this, right? I hate it here. I hate it here. You know, I hate it here.
But you might not like. You might hate what it looks like, but you may not hate what it sounds like, because it's going to be different. Whenever you have those kind of microphone, when the microphone's positioned on your chest, it's not going to sound like what we're hearing you right now. So it's definitely not going to sound like this. So I've tested it on my past shows with the one that I go with. It's not going to sound the same, but it will. But if it makes you feel more comfortable that you can move around, a lot of people move around as they're doing stuff, showing demo things or whatever, then it's good. But it's not going to sound like this. Different microphones have different sound, different
and that's why
mic.
That's why all those mics back there. But and that's why I'm going to do a mic show, because that's what you need. This is another mic reviewer. But you know, the thing is that, I mean, my preference would be that I have a Sennheiser MKH50. You know,
that's out of picture. Like
they're
a
awesome,
shotgun,
but they're too expensive.
Yeah. How much is it? Like
I've got a
3,000?
Perception 170 that I'm going to try out. That you know, supposedly does pretty well, and if I can, you know, frame up a little closer and just kind of get it here, it might be okay. I don't know. I just don't like this, right? I want people to focus on me,
But
just me.
And of course, I mean, yes, in an ideal world, that would be good. Because this is not pretty, right? I mean, like, but for an audio show, it's fine. Like what we're doing right now, because we're talking about audio. Sure. But for my podcast that has nothing to do with audio, I would wear an in-ear. The microphone is still there because I like the sound, because my show started off as an audio podcast, and I want to stay with that. But it's going to sound different. It's not going to be the same. If you I like the sound, I would rather deal with the microphone in front of me than trying to find other microphone that's off camera.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Have you tried the Rode NTG1 boom mic? I mean, above
Yeah.
you?
So my space isn't, it's treated, but not significantly, right?
Okay.
And the comb filtering, it's so sneaky, it's like, the problem is I always heard people talk about, when you use a boom mic indoors, don't do it. The comb filtering, it's like the undertow, it's like,
Right.
oh, the undertow will get you. And I was like, BS, BS, BS. And then the first time I was doing a video for a client and it happened,
You heard everything.
I was like, oh my God. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to do a small diaphragm condenser. I've got a Lewitt that I want to try out. I've got
Which
my
Lewitt?
perception, but you know,
Which
Which
do it?
Lewitt?
Aaron asked.
LCT 140, I think. It's the step up from the little tiny one.
So now you guys you can't claim that I have make you buy microphones and
Is that Array? No, that's not Array.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
speaking
about
of-
Array because that has that auto gain feature and I could get it, out of frame. But sorry,
last
I didn't mean to hijack this about microphones.
Mine's a cheap one.
last week we talked
240.
about microphones that is compatible. I think we talked about that, like compatible USB microphones with the USB 2 port of your Rodecaster. We may have talked
Oh, I'm
about
so
that.
sorry I left. I thought you guys were just doing the chain. The signal.
No,
Oh.
it was all about Godzilla. It was all Godzilla. Trust me, it was all Godzilla.
But
So
I'm gonna
so
paste
I was going to ask
the link
because
in here.
what has anybody tried because I've read online that, although I haven't seen the list, that some non-Rode microphones, at least it'll pass the signal through.
No, well, I've not found the supported ones. I've not heard of. If you heard of it, anybody that is like a non-Rode mic?
There's a trick that you can. Are you talking about running the lavalier through the Rode? Is that what we're talking about?
Running any USB mic that's not a Rode.
Yeah, wait, this would be USB, but you can do. There's a little trick where you can set it up for use your line in feature instead of your mic feature, and you can get the lavalier with the receiver hooked up with the XLR port, and it'll work.
Yeah, so I think we're talking about using USB 2 on your Rodecaster with other brand USB branded mics. So it does not work. In fact, not all USB mics by Rode will work with USB 2. And I pasted the link in the chat as well for you guys to see what microphones actually work. The list is pot mic, USB, so not pot mic obviously because there's no USB connection there. Actually, let me go to the site.
See, like I'm using the pod mic tonight since I sold my Mixcaster. I had to put something together. So I'm actually using, what's it called? The Shure MV2 adapter, which XLR to USB.
Yes.
So would that work?
That,
I mean,
no, I mean
it's a Shure adapter.
No, it would not. It will.
No,
See, here's the list of supported microphones by Rode. It has to be a Rode mic.
Gotcha.
And pot mic USB, NT USB Mini, video mic NTG, video mic Go 2, NT USB Plus, which is the USB, the newer version, and then the XDM, which is the X. What's it called? What do they call where the Streamer X came from? The X something, XDM 100, XCM 50.
It sounds like it's Series 4 microphones.
Wireless Series 4 products. So if it's wireless, then you can use those. Wireless Series 3 will not work with the USB 2.
Gotcha.
So and Wayne uses that, right? Rode Wireless Pro connects, but there's no processing available at this stage. Okay, I see. So but at least it recognizes it. It sees it as an input.
Hey, I'm curious, guys. Does it look like I'm looking at you right now? Because I'm sitting. We talked about
Yes.
teleprompters. I've got an iPad right below my camera. The whole thing. I mean, Am I looking at you? Because I'm not looking in the lens.
Yeah, you're staring
Try it
straight
again.
ahead. Yep.
Try it
No,
again.
you're staring straight ahead.
I was not fast enough to switch over, so try it again, like there, slightly lower. Highlight. So now it's up. Now slightly.
So I'm looking dead
slightly
center on my
underneath.
iPad.
It's good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good enough when
Close
you
enough for government work.
it, when we're in this
My prawn
layout.
store comes in.
When in this layout, yeah, it's fine.
But I think I was going to say, I put this in the chat. I don't know if you saw it, Philip, but I think if you're going to go,
I do not read, so
okay, well, I will read aloud to you. So you're talking about boom mics. I think you should just go all in and get you a Sennheiser MKH 50 P48.
oh, of course I should.
Yeah.
How much?
I'll have to sell a kidney and maybe another organ to afford it. I guess I could buy a huge subscriber base and then call Sennheiser and tell them I want to review one. But yeah. I mean, look, the thing is I've got. Okay, you're gonna get to see my shorts, guys.
Wow, very bright short.
Hey, stay
He
that way
matches
because
his
my
chair.
face looks good.
I have fully embraced the whole newscaster ethos, which is, well, I'm wearing a t-shirt, but for years it's always been shorts and comfortable down below, regardless.
I know.
So,
I have a PJ bottom.
Like I said, I used to work for Sony, and so I've got some pretty nice, boom mics. But again, when they fail big, you really can't predict the comb filtering. I mean, it has to do with
What is it? Tell us a bit about the comb filtering. I don't know what that is.
So when you use I'm not an expert in this, but when you see these grills right here,
Yeah.
these are all about rejecting noise, right? Or
And these are
external-
made for outdoors.
Yes. So when you bring this inside, when it's outside, you don't have a lot of reflective surfaces, right? Inside, you got sound bouncing all over everything.
Right.
That gets fed into here, and then what ends up happening is the microphone tries to cancel it or diminish it. Doesn't really cancel it. And because it's trying to keep everything focused. And when it does that, and it's a frequency you want, like your voice, right? It ends up, it distorts.
Oh, okay.
It's like a
And
digital
you hear it, right? You hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you cannot fix it. You can't, there's no post fix for it. Your
Processing,
voice is distorted.
I see.
All right.
But if you use a small diaphragm condenser, which is, let's be honest, it's the exact same thing. It just doesn't have the tube on it, right? So
Well, that's why I said the Sennheiser.
Right. But I can't put Sennheiser. That's
Wait,
you're
what's
right.
the model? I want to see how much is it. $3,000 or something?
No,
Oh,
no. It's more reasonable than that.
Like what? What's the price? What is the
100 or something
model?
like that?
It's like 1,200 or so.
It's like 1,400.
What's the model?
Yeah.
Number?
But it's a super cardioid condenser studio microphone. I mean, it is a nice mic.
It's low noise is one of its big things, because most small diaphragm pencil mics or small diaphragm condensers like that, they tend to be like 16 dB as self noise and higher. Most of them are around 19, even some really nice ones. But that one, they've gotten the self noise way down, I believe, which makes a huge difference, because you can then crank up your gain and you don't have the mic, putting hiss, into your audio signal.
Right.
Well,
and they have the low. So in the mic, you have the low cut, and then you have the minus 10B switch on the mic itself.
Yep.
So yeah, switchable roll off filter.
all the stuff with the cut, the equalization inside. I mean, these days you can do that all in your software. So I find it really amusing how much a lot of manufacturers really push that. And I guess depending on how you're using it, it can be really valuable. But I always wonder why somebody just didn't come up with an inline solution, that XLR out of the bottom of the mic, and it's got 10 dB, 15 dB, 20 dB, all the way down, all the way to 100 dB cut. Because really, if you're talking like voice work and stuff like that, everything below 80 is you don't need it, right? You just don't. And honestly, 100 is a really good cutoff point for good voice work. So, but yeah, I mean, depending on what you want, people want that radio announcer thing, and that takes a little bit deeper.
Well, and so so that one runs from 12 dB to 134.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yep.
134. Well, there you go. That is worth $13.99. It is. That's sweet. I did not know that, because I really stopped looking at it after the price. I was like, it's not.
What was the price? Tell me with model. I want to look it up.
You were just looking at it.
Oh, the MKH50? You're talking about the MKH50?
Yeah.
Oh,
MKH50. Yep.
Even used, they're like $9.99, $10.99.
Yeah.
They are prized microphones.
You're not going to get it much less than $1,000, if at all.
Something to work out to, right?
It is definitely a mic to aspire to.
Yeah. Eventually.
With microphones, there's a law of diminishing returns. It's like, I'm a guitar player, okay? And at a certain point, you can spend more money on a guitar, but it's just prettier.
Well, if you have the money and if you enjoy it, go ahead and do it. Or if you want to, if you're making money with it, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, but
that would be my thing.
Yeah,
that would be my thing.
This is not the sound that you're purchasing for. You want to get rid of this. You want it to be up there. And not seeing it. Yeah.
See, I'm perfectly fine. For me, I'm perfectly fine with this. And when I bought this microphone, it was expensive for me.
When I'm doing mic review videos, they're going to be in the shot.
Hey, when are you going to do that? So is that something that you are thinking about doing? You haven't done that yet, right?
No, I haven't. But it's without a doubt.
Will you tell us when you start doing that?
Behind the curtain is my Wallow mics.
Oh, right? Good.
My review samples. Because back when I made lots of money, working a corporate gig, I also thought I was a musician. So I own a lot of that I never used.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Well, I know audio and I know mics and I'm a singer. Okay, I'll talk about microphones. That's why I said YouTube doesn't really need another mic reviewer. But you know what?
Your perspective is not the same as other people's.
Well, there's very little to. I mean, there's only so much you can do. I'm talking into the front of the mic. I'm talking in the side of the mic. I'm talking in the rear of the mic. And
look at the doobly doo
podcast stage.
Yeah. I mean, and you're going up against giants. I mean, Bandrew, he's a giant. Bart, he's a giant.
If it's fun, if you have fun doing it.
Yes, but I want to make money too.
Oh, you want to make money too? Okay, yeah.
Philip, I think you're missing the point. Is that you're a source of authority. You've been there. You've done that. People will listen to you. I think you got to take advantage of that.
I agree. And that's why I said that's one of the reasons I haven't really published any of my review videos, because right now it's like if I don't have something interesting and different to say, and sometimes it's just my perspective. So what you bring up, there are stories that I can relate to. I did a lot of business with Sony Music over my years with the company, and I've been in some amazing studio spaces that don't exist anymore. And I met some incredibly interesting people. So there's that element of it. I think there's also
that's just it. You're overlooking the obvious. The obvious is you are the only source you need. Your background is like I would listen to you because of your background. So I think that you don't need to look further than that. I think you've got what you need.
Yeah. I guess so, until somebody inevitably asks the question, oh, you worked for Sony Music? You worked for Sony Pictures? I'm like, no, I worked for Sony Electronics. But I worked with those. My gigs always had me working with them. So I just, maybe it's, you're your own worst critic, right? And
Always.
I think that's what we got in this
Always.
case.
I don't
I
wanna
think
come
you're all
across
dressed up and ready to go.
yeah, I don't want to
But
come
actually,
across.
let me pose this question. You start with you, Phil, and then we'll go to everybody else. When you create on YouTube,
Yeah.
when you publish on YouTube,
Yeah.
if you do, if you don't, if you're thinking about it, or if you don't, then let us know. What is the goal and the purpose of you creating on YouTube?
Hmm.
What do you want to achieve from that?
Okay, from a practical standpoint, I want to build my presence, right? I want to build my audience. I mean, there's nothing worse than doing a live stream to no one, and I've done that.
Me too.
Um,
I've been pretty
well-
lucky that I think like the worst one was probably like 3 people, which because of Clubhouse, I think we were able to. I've been pretty lucky actually. Wait, let me see how many people. Actually, I don't know. I'm talking.
I know
I'm
what
having
the
fun.
worst one was.
11. You are correct. It's one of the earliest
Glenn
one.
was here, right? You were here, right?
Who
Glenn?
was here?
The worst one?
Glenn was here. Like when we were
I
Zoom
think
bomb.
he was, but I'm not sure.
Somebody was so another. It was probably Rob. There was another person. Anyway, we were Zoom bomb, and you know why? If you ask me, it's too much trouble having to register. That is why, because we were Zoom bombed, and I'm not going to go through that anymore. But anyway, going back to the same question, why do you want to?
yeah,
What's the purpose of creating on YouTube?
John,
Build an
I would.
audience.
It's building an audience because one of the thing that I absolutely love the most in my professional life was when I got to do this, when I got to talk to people and teach people, right? And inform them. And I loved it. I loved it live. Toward the end of my career, we built a huge virtual presence. Like I said, built multiple studios to broadcast out digitally and travel less. And I've been out of corporate life for 10 years now. I'm disabled and I'm limited. I can't go places and stuff like that. Huge pain issues. And I miss that connection. So I really would like to see if, there are things that I can offer that people would tune in for. Like I hate, and I'll stop talking in a minute, but it drives me nuts when my friends, my Gen X friends complain about Gen Zs and how lazy they are and how uneducated they are. And I think that's BS. I mean, in every generation, in my generation, there are lazy, uneducated people. It is the exceptions to that rule, right, that make a difference. And there are a lot of young people that are driven and are passionate. And it's like, and I think they need to hear it more and they need to be encouraged more. And I'm 60. I spent a lot of time in corporate life, and there are people out there looking to get in. And I think there's value to me being able to say, look, I was a hiring manager most of my career. And the number one thing, honestly, was in that interview, were they enthusiastic? Were they prepared? Yes, but were they enthusiastic? That made a huge difference.
Right.
It's little things like that. And that's just one of, so I think I could help, and I think it would be interesting, and I'd like to help people do things like this. And, and part of that is audio.
Well, I managed Radio Shack for 13 years, so.
Oh, I loved Radio Shack.
I know.
Worked for Tandy. I worked
Yep.
for Tandy in Fort
Yep.
Worth. It was my first job out of high school.
Candy store. For many
Back
of
when
us.
I used to drive a van going around picking up these reel-to-reel tapes that
Yep.
basically had all this data that we physically drive them back to headquarters. And
Well, when I'm class of 84, I'm 58 going on 59. You said you're 60. I was class of 84, and I went to work for Radio Shack right out of high school. And that's when they were first starting to sell the color computers that hooked up to your TVs. And then from there, so I
Yeah.
got in at the very beginning.
Color was the
Yep.
big deal. But I used to, those pads you used to write orders on, the multi that had like
Yep.
the multi copies.
Yep.
There's an entire floor of ladies. It was all ladies that we would bring just pallets full of those things. And all their job was to take it and put the information in, take it, put the information in customer database. I mean, I'm old.
You keep saying that.
You don't look like
I mean,
you're 60, dude.
Michael says I post to share what I've learned and help people. I've been doing it since 2007 on YouTube. Thank you,
Wow.
Michael, for sharing. I rarely use this layout. I just thought I'll try this.
I like it.
I like it. I like it.
Well,
Nice.
my challenge is my audience is local to me
Mm,
because I'm local music and that's what I promote.
mhm.
So it was another reason why I stepped out of Ecamm and doing live streaming, because growing an audience was like pulling teeth, because I'm not national, I'm not worldwide. I mean, no one wants to hear about a band that's from my hometown in California. So it's tough.
You in Southern
That's why I
California?
went to an audio podcast. No, I'm in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Other people, John, you create content. What's the purpose of you creating content?
I tell you, I think I've got an obsession of something what I think is about all these gadgets and things. And
I think many of
tinkering
us
and
are.
stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
for instance, okay,
Feel you, brother.
I can tell you right now, if you got me in focus, which is great. I've got things done up on my OBS. Oh, this is like my top desk view. I can zoom in and zoom out, and even I love to do this party trick a lot. And let's dance together with me. We got this going on, but the thing is, I don't have content to do it. It's the joy of actually
Solving the
doing
technical side, the
content for
producing
me.
part.
Yeah, but truthfully, I find myself having problem actually creating solid content when I want to be doing YouTube and stuff. But one thing I do recognize though, and Philip, not Philip, is it Phillips just now? Yeah, Phillips, that you wanted to do your microphone review, and you said there's a lot of bigger guys out there doing microphones. They may and may not know more than you or whatever. One thing I do recognize is that different people has different personality, and it attracts different crowd. Right?
Yeah.
You may be like your microphones, you know all the stuff, but the way you are, the way you present, some people will like it. Some, not all, some people will like it, and they will choose to listen to you than the big pod stage dude that is like mighty and big in this industry, right?
Yeah.
And I do believe so. And I guess the pod is big enough for things to grow that way. So,
Yeah, I appreciate that, John. I really do. Like I said, I'm looking for my niche. I'm honestly I'm seriously considering just doing all live reviews. And I've done a couple of test runs. It's hard to do live.
It
it is to do live.
But I work for a living, and so I can't sit here all day and go start the camera, stop the camera, start. So there's a certain amount of, you're live. What you get is what you get, right?
Right.
The only thing I haven't really worked out that I know I will is the demo part, right? And I just need to have my workflow a little more organized. And that's why that's one of the reasons I got a Rodecaster Pro 2, because it'll help with that. But yeah, you're right, John. I mean, I think that I'm different personality wise than other people. And
Well,
who knows, why not stick with the mic reviews. Another idea I had was Sony stories. I mean,
yeah.
I got a lot of them. I got a lot of them, and I'm not obligated not to tell them anymore. So, because I'm not going back to work for Sony, and I'm not talking about embarrassing anybody, but there was a lot that I just couldn't talk about while I was, potentially going to work back in the industry I was in, and that's not going to happen now.
Right.
'Cause I can't travel. So I'm kind of free to tell.
John, you
being
got a
from
fan, John.
Spielberg.
Love what you
Oh, wow.
do. Ellen
Thank
from
you.
Australia.
Well, and I will say, so I use YouTube and other streaming platforms just for brand awareness. It's just another place to put content. I try to repurpose as much content as possible. I don't do, I used to do some podcast interviews and, you know, be interviewed. I never ran the interviews because that was too much of a commitment. And I just wanted to show up and leverage someone else's audience, not my own. So, you know, I mean, it's pure business. So, but, you know, and my YouTube channel, it grows ever so slightly. I mean, we, you know, we've got 159 subscribers. We've had 3,000 views over the last 20 days, 8.5 hours of watch time. We've gained 2 subscribers, but most of the content that I do is short form. It's shorts. We do some long form, but most of it is shorts anymore. And it's just brand awareness, honestly. You know, and the funny part is it's all AI generated.
Oh, did you hear about what is that? That YouTube. I read something about YouTube is going to
Monetization.
stop monetization for some content.
With AI.
Yeah, and I think that makes
I don't know.
sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, of course, I'm not. I could care
'Cause-
less
yeah,
about
yeah.
monetization
Right.
because I'm monetizing off the platform.
Right,
Last thing I ever want to do is monetize on a platform because then they control me.
Plus, also, it's not a lot of money. I mean,
No,
if
it's
we're-
not. Yeah. So, but you know, we generate a ton of AI content. We post it regularly, and it works. Even our podcast that is on there is 100% AI generated.
Are you using
And you
that
have to
Google-
declare that you have not declared, but you have to when you post it, you have to say this is AI generated or partially. There's like now a check mark when you upload a video that you have to say if this content is AI generated.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't know that it checks that box the way that we publish it because we don't publish it through YouTube because that would just take insanely too long. It'd definitely be a diminishing return. But yeah, I don't think I'm looking.
But it's
What's
like
your
it's
website?
buried down in
No,
the.
so we don't. Yeah, I mean, I know where it's at, but so it's not tagging it as AI generated, but it is obviously AI generated.
You're not
you know, we're
trying to
not
fool
trying
people or
hide
anything.
the
Yeah.
like, you know, if you have any sense about you, you'll know that that is AI generated because the lip sync is slightly off, you know, but again, it's just that.
Hey, speaking of lip sync
consistent
off,
branding. Yeah, it's consistent branding.
John-
you know, putting it out.
John's
there and people
video.
hearing your name.
We were talking about audio off sync earlier, and John Lowe's video. I wonder if it's. I don't know which part of that your audio is fairly off sync.
Oh,
Maybe because of the camera, like a different camera that you're using.
maybe because I think right now I'm actually pulling in a 4K feed, which I don't think I need, and it possibly
Yeah, well,
screwing up
we're
my
not
clock.
seeing it. Plus, yeah, you're
Yeah.
you're also coming in 1080
1080p,
into Zoom, and then I'm
Correct.
only pushing out 1080.
So I may need to fix that on OBS and
Like
maybe
to
that-
resync it back.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
what
do
about
that.
Aaron? Do you create content, and if you don't, what if you were to create it? What would you do?
Okay, yes, I do create
Uh-huh.
content, and dare I say, I have 170 subscribers. My old channel, I had about 800. My intent back then, I started back in the days where I could probably be making a living on it right now if I had known what it was. But I started doing tutorials and I said that I'm never going to monetize these things. And then they started eventually after, I don't know, 10 years, they just start slapping commercials on them anyway. So it's like, what's the point? So now I do it because it's just basically sharing things that I want to put out there. Sometimes if someone has a problem, I used to direct them to other people's videos. Now, if they want to know something and it's something I know about, I'll go, hey, check out my video. Now you hear my opinion on it. So I can relate to what you're saying, Philip. Everybody has, I do agree, has a different spin on things. And I think it's worth sharing. Like I did this was my very first, no, one of my first videos was something about mic noise. And it was something I was experiencing today. I have my mic arm on a separate table, but then I put a fan on it. And not too many people have that problem, but occasionally I'll get someone that responds,
That's specific.
thank you for that specific thing. Yes, because mostly it's ground loop noise and all that, but mine was just, I had a fan on the table. And yeah, people, will respond to it. And it's nice to get that thank you, but you will get haters.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
they
thick
are
skin.
out
When you
there.
put stuff,
Yep.
you have when you put stuff out there for the public to consume, you are going to get haters as well.
Yes.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm
Yeah,
like I said,
me
I'm
either.
60. I've got a thick skin. I've gotten more than my fair share of unconstructive criticism over the course of my professional life. So some YouTuber with a smart mouth,
Yeah.
I
Glenn,
can just kick him off.
Glenn, what's your
I have a podcast. It focuses on coins. I haven't produced anything in 10 months, but don't let that fool you. Because trust me, I've been wanting to get back into it this summer and just haven't quite done it. I am going to be going to really try hard to do something over the weekend. But yeah, it's just about coins, and I've had like I said, I haven't done anything in a little while, but I'm going to try to get back into it.
do you see that, Aaron? You had that fan noise guy.
Yeah.
No, that's
I
good.
think that was a knee slapper. That was a knee slapper.
But Glenn, it is going to be using Ecamm, I assume.
Oh
for your
yeah.
production.
I've got some examples out there, but I just haven't done it in a while.
Okay. And I was gonna bring. Did I ask everyone? I mean, we know George. George, you talk about you present, and you want to obviously promote your local musicians, and
Right.
that's your goal.
That's my
personally.
key.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
So Philip, you talk about going live without an audience. Let's talk about that. Like, what does it make you feel when you start a live stream and then nobody showed up?
It's galling. I can take crappy comments. I'm really not worried about the comment boxes. I know it can be a big deal, but the idea that I'm doing this and that nobody's hearing it, or I'll come back and 5 people have watched the video, and I know that probably at least 2 of those are family members. So, and maybe one of them is me at another point.
A different IP address. But that's actually very valid, because when I started doing this, I was totally expecting 0 people gonna watch it, and because I did it on Clubhouse. Right now, Clubhouse has 0 people right now, and I was actually surprised how quickly it actually, like, so YouTube must be doing something right. Like, you all, most of you found me on YouTube. John, I already know. Glenn, I knew from Ecamm, and George sort of through Ecamm. And there's a lot of you watching. Let me see. There's 11 of you watching, and so, but part of that too is that obviously, to me, it's not an issue. When I first started this, is I want to port what I was doing on Clubhouse, and Clubhouse was obviously dwindling in people coming to the room, right? 0 people, 0 person right now. And so I wanted to bring it to YouTube when Ecamm came out with the Zoom integration software, because then I know, at least when people are watching, if they have a question, they can at least come up and ask question onto the live stream. Or if they don't want to show their picture, they can use their voice, or they can even just chat in the chat room. But I really didn't care, because when I first started, I was just trying to run the software more than anything else. But in a way, it's kind of good. It trained me to not care about not having any viewers, because I'm struggling. You can go back to the first few streams. I was like struggling. Oh my gosh, what screen? Blah, blah, blah. And but the fact that I was so focused on just being able to run Clubhouse and all this cameras and web capturing different parts of the screen, showing different things on the roadcaster, is enough to keep me occupied even if nobody is there. And also, it also forces you to speak, especially when I don't have you guys. And that happened before. And I think that's tougher. So maybe like find a buddy to bounce off with, even when nobody's watching, the two of you can talk. That might be a good place to start.
My little sister, she has a background in radio. She doesn't do it anymore, but she was on the radio. She was a DJ. And she keeps pestering me. I love her to death. I really do. But she's really like, well, I'll come on and I'll ask you questions. I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, she's proposed that just to get it going. It's hard to stare at that lens.
Yeah.
Right?
But the thing is, here's the thing, when it is like, especially when nobody's watching, what are you losing? You really are not losing anything. Think of that as practice time for you, when you have the audience. And then when you're done with your live stream, keep it private. You don't have to share it on your channel.
Yeah, I was just watching a really great video from, I think, the Think Media, where he was talking about, don't private, just put it up there.
Yeah.
Just put it up.
John?
Because
Yeah,
John,
I mean,
I thought you were swearing.
I'm actually I'm actually planning a live stream coming up in the next in a week's time, and I can guarantee you, from my history of live stream, nobody's gonna watch. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because I still need to create this content out for people to watch, or for me to reference to people for the work I've done, so that they have a sample of what I do to promote my business. All right. And the way I'm going to do it is going into the live stream, knowing that nobody's going to watch. I'm going to plan out what I'm going to say, intro, the body, and then do the presentation that I want to show. Maybe for me is photography, and I'm going to show the photos that I wanted to show. And then if there is question that's coming in, if there's anybody actually watching, I'll just address them. If it's nothing, I'm just not going to address that I'm actually live. I said thank you for watching it, and then just close up the live stream and make and take it out as a sort of like an episode per se.
Are you editing it?
Keep it concise. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
So keep it concise, keep it straightforward, so that people who are gonna be watching it get straight to the point of what we are trying to present, and those are the things that they perhaps want to know from the live stream itself. So that way, you don't feel awkward in the sense of trying to address people, waiting for people to
show up,
talk to you, and to comment stuff that you have the impression of.
But I think all that is good. That struggle is good. That is training ground.
And it's inevitable.
Yeah, I agree too.
Oh,
nobody's stuck with a huge audience.
Ray. I forgot. Hello, Ray.
Hi, John.
On Clubhouse.
How are you guys?
Ray's the only one on Clubhouse who would show up.
Yeah, I forgot you guys were on today, but I was saying I do a lot of Instagram, and I do it on purpose. So I made so many mistakes because I had a tripod and it kept flipping around, the light. And I just said it's new, I got to get used to it. But I figured it out that the tripod I had doesn't hold the lamp when I'm outside. It flips around. So I had to get another tripod. So I told people you have to make a lot of mistakes in order to center yourself, to make it like a sauce. It's like you have to have enough salt, pepper, oregano, it's like that. So you have to find your own little medium. I'm going to go live, but I'm going to go bold. I'm going outside my job and I'm going to interview people on mic and talk to them about confidence, creativity, and courage. Or
Nice.
courage, confidence, and creativity.
And
And
that's
how did you get like that?
going live, and now where everybody's talking about going live specifically. Going live is, to me, I was just talking this weekend. I get put off by some content that's regurgitating internet searches and AI generated content, and the uniqueness and the special part about what you can bring to it live is when you bring it live, people know it's not AI generated, and people are more forgiving when it's live too. There's something, for me, it's the laziness in me, or let me put it in a better way, is the frictionless or the minimal friction production that I found myself latching onto, which is going live. Like my podcast have been going on for 20 years, and there's every episode every week, right? Every Monday I release an episode for the last 20 years. It's because the reason why I can sustain that is because I don't edit. I record live to drive, trim off maybe the front and the tail end, and that's it. And I was able to do it for 20 years. And when I started this channel, that is my go-to, because I have a full-time job. And in order to be able to commit to this every Tuesday, I will only, you all know this, right? I create everything, schedule everything tonight. I post everything tonight. Maybe I do some tweaking, show notes and stuff on the following day. Everything else is just me forcing myself to live. If it falls apart, if it breaks, it's part of the game, and you get to come with me.
Yeah, but I think the future. I think the future, that's how you're going to know the difference between a person and an AI. I think this is what makes the difference. And I think that's going to be I call it your style. When you make all the mistakes, I think it's your style, your character, your look. So when people hear my voice, they know, I always come on a little awkward, but I think it's my style, to be honest.
Yeah, own
and I
it.
don't think I'm awkward.
Somebody was going to say something. Was it Phil?
No, I was just going to say,
George.
John, you have everybody's email address here. I mean, is there any way you can send us when Philip says he doesn't have anybody watching, and he can let us know when he's going to do something? At least he has 7 people here. We can kind of log in and be there and be his sounding board. I mean, we can create an email string or something, or let everybody know what everybody's doing. I mean,
tell you what,
put in Zoom right now. Don't share. I mean, unless you don't mind sharing with the whole world, put it in Zoom and put it in Zoom, and then we'll start something. And of course, and that's why when it comes to this channel, right? I think everybody, if you have your content and when you're ready to test stuff out or want to have like a test run of things, feel free to just join us. Feel free to come to this show and share it out. And because not just do we have the live audience, like 12 people watching, maybe some of repeated people, but at least 10 people watching it would know about your planned shows coming up too. So feel free to use this platform. It's not one of those platforms where you cannot promote your stuff. In fact, I encourage that.
I'm curious. I posted my email address, and it's the name of my channel, which is Geek Omelet.
I couldn't find you. All I found was Greek omelets, and I'm not joking. I am not joking.
It's a Geek Omelet, one word, and it's omelet, O-M-E-L-E-T, not the French O-M-E-L-E-T-T.
Okay, so now you're seeing two Phil, but I'm gonna replace the other Phil with Nee. There you go.
Oh yeah, replace the other Phil with
Nee's in the house.
It looks like me and Phil got on the same
perfect timing. Tell us about your camera. You have because I was hoping that you would come on here and talk about
I'm using a webcam. I'm using the Sony, the Osmo Pocket 3. and it's
Yeah.
like directly like right in front of me. I don't have too much lights on going right now because I moved my stuff into my John Deere room because I moved my 3D printers because I'm trying to start a 3D printer fam. So
I still feel like that is a fake depth of field.
it is not. Okay, hold on.
Nice.
Nice.
AI, it's
John,
AI.
John, you've seen this scene for like a very, very long time. It is
No,
real.
I know.
It's so funny. The when I first remember you seeing, because I'm a listener out here and everything. You did the same thing a couple months ago because someone didn't believe you and you walked off.
It is. So what I did was I painted my back wall blue, and on this on the right side is all stuff with DC, and then what you guys are seeing back there is a mixture of Marvel and Star Wars teams going on over there, and obviously like that guitar and everything, and it's just like the lightning, right? So I have white light in front of me, and then on the rear side, it's just the regular daylight or whatever they call that thing, and then my microphone stands and equipment stands that I have right behind me. But
John, are you still
just
on your
gotta-
Pocket 3?
yeah,
Yes, I
I'm
am.
still on Pocket
Yeah.
3.
You see how the pictures of John. That's why I'm thinking. Do you think you have your Max what do they call Apple call portrait mode on in your input on your Mac?
No.
So on your Mac, go to the top.
Okay. Okay.
See if your portrait.
Switch.
Do you have or disable the effect on that camera?
I do have portrait.
Okay, turn
on,
it off
but
and let's see what it.
I don't have it to the max.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so
I don't have it to the max.
that is see.
I don't have it to the max, but I really don't have it to the max though.
But
I
you
don't
see
have it
what
to
I
the max.
mean?
Digital. It's not fake. It's digital.
It's not fake. It is digital.
It's
Digitally
generated.
manipulated.
It's generated.
You know, it is just manipulated, like your voice, John. Okay, John, do me a favor. Turn on your processing.
Turn on my processing.
Yeah, turn it on.
Oh, good point. Touche.
Turn off your processing. You know, I get.
This is what I really sound like, actually. See, even in sync, you know.
But
Processing
also,
on.
also, John, it's because like my camera is like when I mean it's literally in front of me. It is like literally in front of me, right? So,
But it's.
How
I mean,
many
it
inches?
looks
How many
good.
inches?
It
How
looks
many
good,
inches?
John. You want to see your
it's
get
gonna be
yourself.
it's about 12, Ray.
Get into the Apple's portrait mode and then see if we can do a bit of portrait mode magic.
And then you just got to feather it, you know, like once you do it, just feather it and then find the sweet spot. You don't have to crank. You know, most things people do that.
Nah, it doesn't work. I'm Asian.
Oh, you see now it's working. Yeah.
No, it's working.
now.
But most
Yeah.
things that people do also is that so with your foreground also I wouldn't use that blue light. And then two, a lot of people like to crank it all the way up to like 50 or 60 or whatever. All you just need is just a pinch, just like when you're cooking with salt. All you just need is a pinch of salt, right? So you just got to play the color.
Hey, don't take my lines.
Wayne says he wants to email him too. Wayne's want to join the group. Now,
There's the channel.
So wait, yeah, Wayne's channel. Y'all know Wayne's channel. So how did we get
World.
Wayne's email? If you guys want to make sure.
Yeah, can you put it in the bubble and Clubhouse for me? I'll follow him.
Oh,
I'll
you
be
guys
the-
are, you really are. I appreciate it.
I'll be difficult for you a little bit.
Geek Omelette, not Greek, but Geek Omelette, the channel.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. I registered that name I think I said 13 years ago. And I thought it was so creative. Now I'm not so sure, but it's monetized. I mean, it's qualified for monetization, and I've got 51 subscribers, so I can go live from a mobile device. It's the only reason I don't set up another channel, because honestly, I think Phil Boyle, it's the Phil Boyle channel or Philip Boyle or something like that. It's probably that's the thing that people are doing now, is they're just using their name. But that.
Where's
a channel that I can go live from a mobile device if I want to.
There you go. See, you guys. All right. Oh my gosh, John. that was a little bit too.
I think
you invaded
John,
my personal space.
And also dial in your light that you have also, because I don't know whether you got on makeup.
Which is funny. Tonight, other than talking about
no,
why
the one
we
that is
create.
facing you.
We are okay. Here's your channel, Geek Omelette. We also spend a lot of time on cameras and lenses, which is fun.
Yeah, I did a live video about early Superman reviews. Oh, it's gotten 104 views. Holy crap!
There you go. I think I'm just trying to say, if you want to create and your sole purpose is to, if you didn't say that I'm to help people do this and that, your sole purpose is I want to see how many subscribers I'm gonna have, then start now. Because if you want to, if you have fun, if you enjoy it, and all of us pay attention, even if it's not the priority, you obviously pay attention to growth, but it shouldn't be your sole purpose of why you create. And if your purpose of creating is to have viewers only, then you're not able to sustain, because everybody starts from zero.
Yeah, but a lot of things are hashtags. So a lot of things are hashtags.
YouTube and hashtags, I don't know, maybe not as crucial these days when it comes to YouTube.
A lot of my things always get a lot of hits on I do pretty good on YouTube, but I do it with my artwork.
Okay.
And for some reason I do pretty good.
Okay,
all I'm saying is you have to pay attention to your hashtag, because the hashtag is a science. And that's how
Can
you
I
attract
add something about listener to listener YouTube channel? One thing that John
Wait, you mean learner to learner? I thought well, last week Philip says loner to loner.
What are we
intentionally, and he has merged already, loner to learner. Okay, and then listener to listener.
Yeah, where's the merch, John? Where's the merch?
Okay, coming soon.
Okay,
sorry, John.
Low Talks. I think Phil was trying to bootleg this show, and that's why
he did it really well. John, sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah,
You're probably going to say something nice.
John is doing pretty well, and you got to take the hats off him. Is that he's very consistent in the sense of like every week he shows up, and this is what you get. You get the Roadcaster show, 1 hour. You get at least 2 hours of sound check. Week in, week out, he shows up, and that's consistency. Consistency helps a lot in YouTube, and that's how you get your 200 over subscribers, and that's how it's being recommended for people. But the problem with, say, live stream like this, when it gels, it does gel with people. Like you see your subscribers showing up as guests, and we start to like talk to you a lot, right? And they get invested, and it's going to be part of it. But to grow the channel, I think what will be even better is the short form, straight to the point kind of video that speaks to a lot of people. And that will eventually also spill into your live streaming total count in terms of like how many people actually watch when you're actually streaming. I think that will help certainly.
Yeah. I mean, it's so what I typically do is like topics that I find myself needing to repeat over and over again, and I'll do either a shorter form regular post or a short. And obviously, this is for me to learn. Like, frankly, this is still my this is my beta. This is a public beta for me, and I've had conversation with John Lowe about this already. I'm learning right now so that if I want to have an option to get to a point where I would like to be able to monetize some or at least have more impact, when I'm able to dedicate more time and effort to it, I will. But I enjoy doing this so much. I don't make any money at all doing this, but I enjoy learning and learning with everybody else. And so it costs me a little bit, but it doesn't.
John, I can hear it in your voice. You're thinking about a cover charge, aren't you?
Cover charge. membership. No, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, they call
subscription.
I'm reading a book on subscriptions. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be anytime soon because like I said, I only have 207 only. I mean, appreciate the fact that I have 200 some subscribers. I have a lot of viewers, not a lot of subscribers. This is not guilting you to subscribe.
Yeah, you can add that app. It's called Buy Me a Coffee, and
yeah, which I even have. I have Ko-fi, but this is not. That's why I never mentioned this because that's not the goal yet. This is my goal is to practice doing what I'm doing, what I enjoy doing, and when I get to a point where I want it to pay more attention to it, I can only dedicate this much time at this stage of my life and my career, right? But I would like to be able to do more, maybe at some point. So, but what I also, I guess I could kudos to myself is it never stopped me from doing this even when I had 0 subscribers. And John was here with me. We were talking maybe on Clubhouse or where, I can't remember. We were talking and you were here when we came up with the concept of the idea of this channel. Charles was here too. And but because I treat that like a beta run, I'm really, this past year has been learning for me. It didn't matter if nobody showed up.
I was pestering you about putting it together
As a
in
podcast. That's right.
So that I can be very selfish and listen to you talking about all things that I care about on my leisure time instead of like tuning in at a certain time to actually listen to you. Or even as lazy as launching a Clubhouse app to listen.
No, which is good. I mean, he's been encouraging me to do that because sometimes he can't always join because he's in a different time zone, and so he said, if it's a podcast, I can go back and listen to the recordings and so forth. So, but anyway, this is a good segue because it is entering the end of the second hour. I would like to maybe next time when we come back to Soundcheck, talk about live streaming and talk about what are the maybe tricks, tips, what are the obstacles, what are the friction, or sometimes it's mindset, right? Before you go live, what are the things that stop you from going live? Because going live and creating content is a completely different ballgame. Going live is almost like a separate pressure or expectation that I would like to explore and talk about, because I think a lot of people are starting to go live either on Instagram, like Ray, just different platforms. But going live is a separate and completely separate animal that we can discuss next week.
I think so. This is going to be my last show for this month, and
You're coming back in August?
No, I may not. I may or may not be back in August.
Because are you gonna go to different countries?
No, I'm not going to Asia.
Okay.
I'm not going to Asia no more. I'm just having. I'm going to become a cyborg on Thursday.
A cyborg.
A cyborg?
Yeah, cyborg on Thursday. Taking out my. I got back
surgery?
issues.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were gonna plug yourself in the Matrix or something.
Yeah, so they put in some 3D printed carbon fiber just in my back, so
Wow.
I'll be a cyborg. So
Well, wouldn't you be on more? Maybe like on the watching on YouTube, you can chat if you're not.
I don't know. I may be too high of painkillers,
Which is
and I
probably
don't
more
wanna-
entertaining. Well, good luck with the surgery.
I don't want to make fun of Aaron, you know.
We'll
So,
for our show.
we'll see.
I feel your pain, brother. I have back issues myself, although they haven't proposed an implant at this point. But it's what keeps me homebound. Is you know.
Yeah. Sometimes I cannot even really walk because then I'm like hunchback. So I opted to
The
be a cyborg.
emails that we've been collecting.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna
got-
send something out for us, or should
what do you-
should I collect all that and then send
Where
it
should
out
I
to you
put my
guys?
email, John?
Why don't you send me a message on Clubhouse, like a direct message, and then I'll
Okay.
or feel
I'll
free
put it in
to.
the chat. I'll put it in the chat. Is that okay?
I posted my email. I posted my email in the chat. So just send me your emails. I mean, don't worry
Yeah,
about putting it in
yeah.
the chat.
So everybody send him an email. I already did. I think when you posted like the first time, did I?
Yeah.
Did I send
Yeah, I
it to
got
you?
your-
Because I think it was I'm just gonna send this email so that I have your email.
I want that Sonny
so
T.
your
you know?
email
I want
is
that Sonny
geek.
T.
Wait, I can post it if can we share? We can share it publicly.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's interesting. Yeah. I just watched a video where they're like, "Don't use the email that your channel is." Yeah, so maybe not.
But I think you said that already earlier. But don't ignore it. If you send an email to Philip, say
Yeah. Okay. It's all right. You can send me. An
why
email,
don't
but
we?
I think ultimately,
You
I'm not gonna
mentioned
use it.
we'll let them decode it yourself. You did mention it, so you have to go watch somewhere in the show. And you're like, it's the same name. Anyway,
I'm not so worried about it now, but
Ray, send me an email. Send me go to the website and sign up for the newsletter so that I actually have your email that way. Not you guys. If you want to, you could too. But I'm specifically talking about Ray, so that I don't have to jot it down right now. But so that we can all get connected in this group, via at least having email. If you do a test run of a show or whatever, you can notify us and we can go check it out. And good luck, Nee, on your surgery, and then. Maybe we'll we'll see you commenting in the chat in the next
Yeah, I just
few
sent
weeks.
you. I just messaged you, John. I sent you my email, my business email.
All right, cool. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out.
Yeah,
Next
Nee, have a
week,
good operation. I hope wish you the best, Nee.
Yeah, Nee, good luck, man.
I'll be
Good
taller
luck.
than
Okay, good
you,
luck.
so that's all that matters.
What?
I'm gonna be taller than you, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. Thank God you won't be in New York City. No competition.
All right, take care, everybody.
Just
Thanks
joking.
so much for joining the conversation. It's always fun. You never know where this group's gonna lead you. The conversations that we have. We started off with the Neewer competing with Elgato Prompter, Neewer's latest teleprompter. That's coming out end of July, all the way to camera setup to live streaming. And we'll talk a little bit more about live streaming next week, and I hope you can join us. And in order to do that, if you want to join us on Zoom call like these guys here, you can pre-register. Just go to the website, learnertolearner.com, and paste the link in one last time so that you can chat that if you're watching this replay and want to follow the chat there. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. We'll talk more about live stream and maybe things in the audio world in
Peace
general.
out.
Bye,
Yeah, thank
everybody.
you
we'll
so
we'll
much,
see new
John.
camera of
Appreciate
George.
you.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Thank you. Ciao.